So today we're making Chinese crispy roast pork belly. So I've got a big piece of pork belly here, and first thing I've done is I've pierced the skin about 500 times with a spike. I used a corkscrew because I didn't have anything better, but the best thing are those big round blocks with loads of spikes in them. You want to just get through the fat, not too deep, just through this first layer of fat here, right at the top. That helps the fat escape in the cooking process. The next thing you want to do is pour boiling hot water very slowly over the skin, which helps with its drying. Because what we're going to do is we're going to season this meat and then hang it for at least 8 hours outside on a meat hook. So after I've done that, I prepared the meat by cutting 3 longitudinal slices, quite deep, down to the level of fat, not beyond that, okay? You don't want to go all the way through, obviously. This is to help you rub the spices in and get them absorbed throughout the meat. Flavors everything beautifully. So I've done 3 long slices and then rough cubes all the way along the length, okay? And what I'm gonna do now is grind up some fresh white peppercorns and Szechuan peppercorns. I'll add that to a mixture of sea salt, sugar, caster sugar, and 5-spice powder, which is already ground. I'm gonna roast that mixture all together, then I'm gonna rub it into the meat after it's cooled. So I've just mixed the ground spices with the pre-ground spices, and I'm now gonna roast them for 2 to 3 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Don't wanna go too quickly, don't wanna burn the spices, and then let it cool down. So I've just rubbed in the ground roasted spices into the meat, making sure it gets into all these lovely crevices, all that flavor seeps in everywhere, and along the side, but you never do it on the other side, okay? You never put it on the other side. I'm gonna wipe this clean. I've already inserted the hook before doing the spices, otherwise it gets very messy, and I'm gonna hang it for at least 12 hours, okay? Outside and out of the rain.
Well, there it is, folks. My crispy roast pork belly, Chinese style, cooking away at 180 degrees for a couple of hours, which is phase 2. First phase is 200 degrees at 20 minutes, 180 degrees, 2 hours, and 220 degrees for the last 15 minutes, with maybe a touch of grill to crisp up that delicious sizzling pork fat on the top. So here it is, folks, the magic moment as I reveal the crispy, crackling Chinese pork belly. Just come out of the oven after 15 minutes at 230 degrees. And it's looking absolutely delicious. This looks burnt to you, but this is actually the covering of the spices. The Chinese spices, the 5 spices, the Szechuan peppercorns, the pepper and everything. So it's absolutely delicious and lovely and soft and moist inside. I've made this lovely little foil tray for all the juices you can see here that have come out of the meat, kept it moist on the bottom. And underneath this in the oven was a tray of water, just to keep the whole thing nice and humid, not too dried out. So you can see this pork belly crackling, lovely and crispy, just waiting to be cut open. But first you've got to let it cool nice all the way down, and it crisps up even more. So I'm going to leave it now to sit for at least a couple of hours, all ready to be consumed later with a big party of friends. Oh, qué bueno. Oh, madre mía. Oh.
Qué jugoso está por aquí, ¿sí? Qué jugoso está. Está súper jugoso, te ha quedado súper
jugoso, porque dejé el papel aluminio. Qué bueno. There you go, folks. That's pancetta being cooked out.